Infantile plot smeared at home and abroad. Whenever they were driven into a crisis, the South Korean authorities malignantly cooked up shocking cases and picked up anti-DPRK confrontation hysteria by linking them to the DPRK. The South Korean puppets have recently cooked up an infantile case of drones sent by the DPRK. Like all other plots fabricated by them, it is also based on the preposterous logic of who else can do but the North. When drones were found first in Faju City, Gyeonggi Province, near Pikryong Island, and other places in March last, they had announced that the drones had nothing to do with the North, and the Folkcraft-level drones can hardly impose any threat on security. All of a sudden, however, they worked out a fiction that the drones were sent by the North and conducted false investigation before publishing an intermediate investigation result. It was followed by a security meeting, major commanding officers meeting, and whatnot. The drone case is a replica of the Cheonan warship case, a notorious plot for confrontation with fellow countrymen. The South Korean authorities presented crude evidences to prove that the drones belong to the North. Photos obtained from the drones were brought forward as the most convincing evidence. They absurdly claim that the drones are judged as belonging to the North because the photos show Chongwon and other major structures in Seoul and northern Gyeonggi Province and military structures on 5 islands of the West Sea of Korea. They had announced at the outset that it would not be easy to find the place where the North's drones took off, but some days later they designated Ongcheon Airfield in South Gwangju Province as the place where they took off. They even set forth groundless conjectures that the Cheonan warship might have been sunk by torpedo attack after the North's drone that is not detected by radar chased it and confirmed its place, and that a drone might have scouted before Yeonpyeong Island was shelled. As time goes by and the South Korean authorities open to public evidence data, it is becoming more clear that the drone case is a completely make-up story, like the Cheonan warship case. The South Korean puppets are using the worthless fabrication as a means to evade their responsibility for the strained situation of the Korean peninsula and escalate anti-DPRK confrontation racket. What is graver is the fact that the South Korean authorities are hell-bent on strengthening the security posture to ignite a war against the North under the pretext of drone case. All facts prove that the South Korean authorities cooked up the case against the DPRK in an attempt to check the improvement of the inter-Korean relations, escalate confrontation with fellow countrymen in the North, and trigger off a war against the DPRK. They should know that their plot against the DPRK would only harm the inter-Korean relations and peace of the peninsula, and disclose their despicable nature to provoke a nuclear war. Their clumsy plot for confrontation with fellow countrymen would only lead them to destruction. Ho Young-min.